Hello there. So Nicola Sturgeon wants an independent Scotland to join NATO, but then ruin NATO in the process. Yes, Nicola Sturgeon wants an independent SNP-run Scotland to join NATO and at the same time weaken it considerably. Something she omitted to really come clean over during her recent indie-touting tour of the US. And then there's the past anti-NATO stance of her own party, as well as the present anti-nuclear weapons stance of many of the current SNP membership and of the Scottish Greens that she's tied herself to. And the leader of another pro-Indie party, the Alba Party's Alex Salmond, has also been anti-nuclear weapons in the past. Speaking to the Brookings Institution, Sturgeon said that NATO would be the cornerstone of defence for an independent Scotland. And she also said, "We are clearer than ever that membership of NATO would not only be vital to Scotland's security, though it would most certainly be that, it would also be the principal way in which an independent Scotland in an interdependent world would contribute to the collective security of our neighbours and allies." And that contribution would be what, exactly? Rusty ferries as warships? Throwing the UK nuclear weapons and submarines that she is so keen to help provide a NATO security umbrella for Scotland out of the Clyde Faslane submarine base and Coulport facility. That's how. Thus weakening NATO considerably. So I'm not sure Nicola understands the situation at all. Then there's the question of whether she would allow NATO nuclear weapons to be stationed in Scotland, if required, or allow nuclear cruise missile and ballistic missile vessels, like our Trident ballistic missile submarines, to operate and conduct deterrent patrols within Scottish waters. A no to either of those would raise eyebrows about a country that wants to ultimately be protected by other states' nuclear weapons. And threatening to eject the UK nuclear deterrent from Faslane would also put humongous question marks all over a Sturgeon application for NATO membership, as doing so would put the security of one of the three nuclear powers in NATO at risk. Now, it only takes one NATO member to veto a membership application. So if I were in a UK government, I would be pushing to veto the membership of an independent Scotland on that basis. And I would expect any UK government to do the same. There is also the North Atlantic Council to consider. This is the decision-making body of NATO, and all member states are represented, and decisions within it have to be unanimous. The NAC is the principal political decision-making body and oversees the political and military process relating to security issues affecting the whole alliance, says NATO. Decisions are agreed upon on the basis of unanimity and common accord. Can you imagine Sturgeon grandstanding in that forum?